What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nate Matthews back again with another video. And I take a look at that poll that I put up, right? Out of a keychain, a pendant, or a plushie. And most of y'all said a plushie, right? So I got a beginner's tutorial for plushies because I'm a beginner myself. We're going to get to the more advanced stuff in a minute though. But the plushie came out nice. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nate Matthews back again with another holiday inspired video. And today I'm going to do something that I've never done before yet again, but that's always the best part, trying something new and figuring it out along the way. Now, I put up a poll not too long ago on my channel asking people if you guys wanted me to make a like a keychain, a pendant, or a plushie. And the majority of you actually said a plushie. So I did some research and stuff like that, and I seen it's gonna take a little bit of work to perfect this, but what I've already started doing before I even asked you guys was what I'm getting ready to do today. So technically you may not say this is a plushie, but it is going to be plushified. So let's go ahead and get started, right? So I've already converted my file, made my file, everything like that, throwing it into the machine right here. And now that I'm thinking about it, I actually should go get my thread and my materials and stuff, right? So I'll be right back, 1 second. All right, so I'm back. Went ahead and grabbed some green felt. It's gonna be the background for today's design. We have some black embroidery thread, some red embroidery thread, as well as some white embroidery thread. Now, I already have the image inserted on the flash drive. We're gonna go ahead and pull it up on the machine, and I'll let you guys get a close-up and see what we're working with here. And this is what I have come up with for today's design. Now, as you guys can see, this is going to be a two-part design. We have a front as well as a back. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the back because that's the one we're gonna go ahead and start with today. And this is how it's going to look. This is going to be the back of the plushie, if you guys will allow me to call it that, because you know, this may not be again what you guys were expecting as a plushie, but it is going to be stuffed. So this is going to be a plushie for beginners today. So check this out. We're gonna go ahead and click set. Keep everything in the center. Go ahead and go through all the buttons and stuff there. And this design says it's going to take about 11 minutes to complete, starting off with a placement stitch and a tack down. So let's go ahead and get that set up. So the machine is telling us that we need green, but for now I'm just gonna go ahead and keep the white in there. Again, it does the outline of where I'm going to be placing my material, and that is going to roughly be the size of this plush that we're getting ready to make today in the hoop. All right, and because I see this is not going to take up too much of my fabric, I'm going to go ahead and just cut this into a few pieces. This is just pretty much going to be the background of my design. There's going to be a few parts of this design that are not stitched, and what you're going to see in the background is, of course, this green felt. I'm gonna go ahead and fold it in half again. Some's gonna be for the front, the other is for the back. So let's go ahead and throw this in here now. And now we're doing the good old tack down stitch. There we go. And I'm not even gonna go ahead and cut it out yet. I'm just gonna get started on the design. So the first color that is telling us that we need is going to be brown. So that's going to be the back of the head, the back of that neck right there. So let's go ahead and grab some brown because I actually forgot to do that. You guys can see. Why y'all didn't tell me to go get it, man? I forgot to get the brown. All right, now it's telling me this first part is just going to take about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna let it go a little bit and then I'll show you guys a close-up of how it's coming along. So far, that's what we got. Back of that neck, back of that head is just shining already. So now it's asking for some white, which we're gonna go ahead and insert that. All right, all done with the brown. We'll go ahead and cut it out. There it is, and now we're getting almost to the finish line. We're gonna go ahead and toss in the red thread right there, and we'll go ahead and do the main cap of the design here. All done with the white for now. Let's go ahead and cut it. Ooh, I'm over here knocking the machine out. Man, you didn't deserve that. My bad, my bad. Being good to you, guy. You been good. So while we're doing this, if you guys see the little mini Christmas tree I got in the back over there, I actually styled it myself, you know. So that stocking is one that I made in a previous video. Hit the card that pops up if you want to watch that. As well as I know you probably can't really see the little Christmas stockings over there on it, but we made those two in a previous video, so make sure you guys go check that out as well. And the file is actually for sale. It's downloadable. Shout out to everybody who's already purchased the file and been making their own little stockings and stuff like that. You guys definitely keep me motivated to keep going and creating this type of stuff for you. So with this little plush design for beginners, starting out with a picture of myself, right? If you guys noticed, the design for this plushie is actually a picture of me from the thumbnail of when I made the stocking back there. I made a thumbnail from that. I took my face, I drew it, and now we're turning that picture into a plushie. So I think it's going pretty good, man. Thumbs up the video if you guys think this stuff is cool. Definitely drop a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. And please participate by actually liking the videos. When I put out that poll, so many people answered the poll, but then when I make a video, nobody really comments, nobody really, you know, hits the thumbs up button. Y'all just watch the video, which definitely still helps either way. I'm glad you guys are tuned in, but participate, man, participate. Anyways, we're gonna get back to the design. Let's see what it's done so far. So we got the background all stitched. Now it's doing the actual design portion of the stitch. And again, if I really wanted to, I could just make this like an applique design, but you know, we're trying to switch it up. We did applique in the last video, so today we're doing a full stitch. All right, so this is what I mean by pretty much freestyling and kind of putting this design together as I'm doing it. And I realized I didn't mess up at all, but I realized there's some extra parts of this file that I actually do not need to stitch because I'm going to stitch them when I get to actually doing the front of the design. So as of now, we are done. I'm going to go ahead and pop this out. I'll show you guys what we got so far, which again, this is the back of the design. This is going to be the back of my head, you feel me? And me wearing my stocking. So this is how it's going to look. It does a double border. The inner border right there is just a part of the design. I just wanted to show and look like that. And this outer border, also another white one, is where I'm going to be cutting this out. All right, now I'm just going to set it to the side for now. Before I go ahead and cut it out, I'm just going to load up another piece of stabilizer, pop it back into the machine. And we're gonna go ahead and do the front, which is actually a separate file. So let's go ahead and just cancel this one. Here we go. Went ahead and loaded up another piece of stabilizer. We'll throw this back into the machine. There it is. It's your boy, Nate Matthews, man. Make sure y'all check out the website too, neverdenieme.com. So y'all just see me make the back, and this is what the front is gonna look like. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna go ahead and press OK. We'll set it and forget it. Whatever commercial that was, man, I just remember hearing that. Because we're already prepared from the last time, already have our piece of fabric cut out, and we're gonna go ahead and just lay this right on top. And now it's time to do the beard. It's calling for the black. Just gonna go ahead and stitch out your boy's beard. Shout out to my other YouTube channel if y'all over here watching as well, youtube.com/NateMatthews91. I talk about my beard, how I line up my beard, stuff like that, how I shave my head. Make sure y'all take a look at that channel as well. It's actually got more subscribers and stuff than the one you're watching now. So if you like this and you got a beard, you might love my other channel. Just saying. So since the black is going to take a little bit longer than the rest of this other part of the design, now would be a good time for me to go ahead and start cutting this out. There we go. And this is what it's looking like so far. Again, this is going to be the back of the plush, and this is going to be a part of the inside, which you won't be able to see. So we're going to go ahead and stuff it up. This is how the beard is coming along so far. Nice and shiny and dark, just like my beard in real life, you feel me? Check me out over there cheesing. Cheese. Happy holidays, y'all. So we're throwing a nice little satin stitch in there. That's going to be your boy's smile. There it is. Look at it. Now we're going to go ahead and throw the brown back in there and do my face and my lips. I ain't got no lips. Where's my lips? Where's my lips? That I want to do some type of giveaway, but in order for me to do a giveaway, man, I got to get some more likes and stuff like that on these videos, some more comments, some more engagement, you feel me? Oh man, I should have made it do the lips first. I'm tired of looking at that. How you smile with no lips? Come on, man. It's going to get there though, don't worry guys. I didn't mess up or nothing like that, but it's doing the face first and then it's going to finish it off with the lips. I should have just did it the other way around because, man, look at that. Wow. Now we're getting to those lips. Had me worried for a second. Oh, I didn't see no top lip. Oh, that ain't really gonna work for the top lip. Oh, okay. So we made a tiny mistake right there because that top lip is kind of non-existent. All right, the machine is asking for white. So let's go ahead and give the machine what it's asking for. You want white? Oh, I got your white. Oh, I got it. Load you right on up. You're gonna make my design come to life, man. Anything from digital to physical. NeverDenyMe.com. Y'all need any type of design? I digitize these things for you. You send me a picture of yourself. I can actually draw the picture of you. I can digitize it and we can stitch it out and make patches. I can make the file, sell it to you, and you stitch it out of your own. Whatever you want to do. Very good machine to get though if you guys have not gotten an embroidery machine. You guys are just watching my videos to kind of, you know, get an idea before you jump into it. This is definitely a really good machine. I really do love it as well, even though I do have this one right below. This is what I be telling you guys. I always just switch back and forth between them. Got the PE770 right on the floor, and I'll switch up and I'll use this one sometimes as well, which this one has the color display. So yeah, a whole bunch of videos on my channel about tips and me making a whole bunch of other designs. If you guys are just coming to watch this video as your first video of mine, make sure you go to the channel and take a look at the other material as well. The black border next, and the reason why I have to have it show is because I really want those you see those black lines that are actually in the design up there, that is actually 100% stitched in red on the actual design. So if I want to make it look like it's actually folding over and, you know, creased up and stuff like that, that's why we're adding the black thread on top of it. So now we're coming along to the end of this design, just about. And we're going to go ahead and cut the ends, because the closer you can get to the line, the neater your design is going to look in the end. Tell me who's who. Which one is the real one? Is this the real one? Am I the real one? Who knows? And what we're getting ready to do is stick the back of this design on the back of it right here. Let's see if it lines up. It should line up exactly how I designed it. So I'm just going to lay some double-sided tape across the entire design right here. We're going to do a little X marks the spot on the design here. Now, because I don't want the machine to have to go through the tape all the way, I'm going to try to get my scissors here and cut some of the ends off that are going over. The stitch that we're getting ready to put in there right now is not going to go across the whole inside or anything like that. It's just going to go around the border of the design, because again, we need this thing to be hollow so we can stuff it. I'm getting kind of nervous on this, man. It doesn't really look like it wants to hold, so I might actually have to use some type of tape to go across it. Now the machine will end up stitching in through the tape, but that might be what we have to do. So for this one, we're going to be using some regular tape, not the double-sided tape. It's kind of tricky, y'all. We're figuring it out along the way. So this is what we're going for. That's the back of the design. That's the front of the design. The way I designed this file, it's going to do the border along the sides, but it is going to leave a little gap at the bottom. That gap is going to be used so I can actually stuff it. And then I might have to do a hand stitch at the end, but if I don't, the rest of these files down here at the bottom are going to be the finishing parts of that to close the gap. But who knows if I'll be able to put it back in after it's been stuffed. So we are going to test that out right now. And that's the reason why we had to get real close on those cuts right there, because now it's going to put a border around this whole white line right here that we stitched out and tack the back of this design to the front of it. Wish me luck, y'all. First running stitch did the exact same thing as what the steel stitch is going to do. It just went around the sides and the top, but it left the bottom open. So now we're going to get to the steel stitch. This one is a little bit thicker, and I'm hoping as well I left a big enough gap. So this last part of the design is just to close that gap, but of course I do need to stuff it. So let's go ahead and pop this out the machine and see what we're gonna do next. Let's actually hope I tacked the front to the back correctly though. I'm scared, man, I'm scared. Perfect, look at that, y'all. Right on. I did it perfectly. It is tacked on perfectly. So the front of this design does not have any type of lift on it where I could do any type of stuffing on this one, because it's actually tacked down right there where the white is at. But on the back, where I actually tack these things together, it's actually a very small hole. So in order for me to get to it, I am gonna actually have to cut this thing out. All right, y'all, so I have a handful of cotton balls here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my best to try to stuff them in that 1-inch gap in the design. Let's see if that's enough space for me. Probably not. Probably should have left a larger gap there. Yeah, definitely should have left a larger gap, that's for sure. I may have to cut it, guys. This is one of the mistakes that I made. That gap right there to actually stuff this thing is very, very tiny. Now I can actually cut it if I want, but I don't know if I want to cut it, y'all. I mean, it looks nice as is if I just leave it the way it is. To be honest, it's extra thick, but it's not a plushie like I told you guys it was supposed to be. So, do I risk cutting it? I think I just gotta go for it. The file that I have already, I can make an exact copy of this. But to know exactly what I need to do, I guess I just gotta go for it, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this open, but I'm actually gonna try to do most of my cuts on the back side of it. There it is, guys. Okay, so now this is a lot better. I can actually put my finger in there, and I'm actually gonna try to rip some of that tape out that I hear still stuck in there. All right, so I got the tape all pulled out. Nice larger gap, and now it's going to be so much easier for me to stuff this thing right on up. So yeah, I had to do that. So let's go ahead and just grab a handful of cotton balls here, and we're going to get to stuffing, baby. We're going to see how stuffed up we can get this thing. Kind of push it all in the corners and stuff like that as well. Just to make it easy, I think I'm going to transform this embroidery machine into a sewing machine. That way I don't have to stitch it by hand. I can actually just run this across in the sewing machine, do a nice little zigzag stitch or something like that at the end to close this thing right back on up. So let's go ahead and do that. First thing we got to do though, so the machine will recognize it's a sewing machine, is actually turn it off. And once it's actually turned off, we can go ahead and pull the lever that's right here at the back. Pop the embroidery part of this machine off, which if you guys never seen me do that, this is the function that makes it an embroidery machine. And this is the other part of it. This is not in any type of electric part. This is where I hold some of my other sewing supplies. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on here. So y'all gotta make sure y'all add the sewing foot too. All right. There it is. All right, so I got the sewing foot actually on there this time properly. So this is what we got on our first attempt. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and try to put it back through the machine. But yeah, I just did a nice little zigzag stitch right there to close it off. However, I wanna get it as close as I can to the actual satin stitch to close it off fully. So it's already closed off to where nothing ain't coming out of it no more, but we don't want the design to look incomplete. Y'all, I think my sewing skills is kind of good, y'all. It looks like it's working. It's sewing right where I need it to sew. Oh, we got it. Check this out. And it matches like perfectly. Hold on. Hold up. This is the reason why I say that your brother SE625 is an amazing machine, because at the same time that I taught myself how to do embroidery, I'm teaching myself how to sew as well. And I've never actually done what I just did right now. But guys, this matches. It pretty much matches exactly what I did there with the rest of the design. And there you have it, guys. Very first plushie that I've ever made. And it's of me. So I think this thing came out great. What do you guys think? Especially for my first one. Very first time trying this out. Everything matches up, as you can see. White right there, white on that side. The face with the face, the front and the back. Thumbs up the video, and who knows, man, if I get even better at it, which I know I will, I just need a little bit of time. I'm gonna actually edit this file and stuff like that, make it to where, you know, I don't have to cut it or anything like that to get the cotton balls in there. And then once I start doing stuff like that, I might be able to even put your face on your a stuffed little thing. What y'all think, man? Do it look like me? Just tilt my head a little bit.